Bobby Orr arrived in Boston in 1966 and transformed defense into a powerful weapon, earning 8 Norris trophies, 2 cups, and the iconic airborne winner still adorning walls. Number 4 didn't just skate. He flew, he attacked, he created, he played through pain, and he dragged the sport forward. A perfect setup for another bruising market that loves its heroes. From Boston's flying number 4 cross to Toronto's love of bruises over polish. It wanted honest thunder, not glitter. Wendell Clark delivered with goals, haymakers, and the sea worn like armor. First overall in 1985, he crashed, scored, led, and kept going when his body said stop. Leafs fans appreciated the scars on Wendell Clark because they reflected the character of the city. Now, he should direct that intensity toward the NHL's cathedral of style. From Toronto's Thunder Glide to Montreal's gold standard of grace. Montreal doesn't just win, it defines winning. Jean Beliveau was the Habs' gentleman king, 10 cups as a player and 7 more upstairs, with 507 goals with grace and muscle. The first captain to lift the cup on live TV, he made excellence look effortless. From class and poise, swing to Chicago's blue-collar edge. From class and poise, drop into Chicago's hard edge and sharp mind. Stan Mikita brought bite and brains to the Blackhawks. He went from penalty magnet to Lady Byng winner without losing the snarl, stacked Hart and Art Ross trophies, and helped invent the curved stick. 500-plus goals, relentless work, and one massive 1961 banner. Then shift that grit east to a city built on steel and overtime. Onward to Detroit, where work boots set the pace. Mr. Hockey did everything but take a night off. Gordie Howe scored 801, dished, fought, and played into his 50s, sometimes with his son on his line. Detroit recognized him for his hard hat, his lunch pail, and his lack of excuses. From the Motor City grind, hop to Manhattan, where leadership had to stare down 54 years of ghosts. Swing into Manhattan, where a captain faced 54 years of ghosts. Marc Messier didn't promise lightly. He guaranteed it. In 1994, he called his shot in Game 6, dropped a hat trick, and then lifted the Stanley Cup in Madison Square Garden. He wasn't just points, he was presence. New York needed a closer. It got a captain. Now head west to a savior who rebuilt a franchise twice. After guarantees come rescues. Enter Pittsburgh's savior. Mario Lemieux saved games, seasons, and the team. 6'4" with silk hands and X-ray vision, he won cups as a player, beat cancer, then bought the Penguins to keep them in Pittsburgh, and won more as an owner. Every stride was poetry, every decision a lifeline. From salvation, roll into pure, roaring power. Turn up the volume in Washington with a belief-shifting one-timer. Alex Ovechkin blasted Washington out of its doubts. 50-goal seasons like clockwork. Thunder hits, a one-timer goalies knew was coming, and still couldn't stop. In 2018, he finally roared through Vegas with the cup in hand. He didn't just score, he flipped a city's mindset from maybe to we will. Shift to a city that wears bruises proudly. Shift to Philadelphia's heartbeat, where pretty takes a back seat. Bobby Clark was the heartbeat of the Broad Street Bullies. 2 cups, 3 hearts, endless snarl. He won draws, killed penalties, chirped, slashed, and still threaded pass after pass. In Philly, pretty comes second to honest. Clark set that law. Now from fists and grit, slide to the most important goalie in the trap era. Cross the river to New Jersey, where defense became ruthless. Martin Brodeur made New Jersey ruthless. 3 cups, 691 victories, 125 shutouts, and skillful puck handling transformed dump-ins into breakthroughs. Calm as winter in Game 7. He anchored the neutral zone trap and forced the league to change rules. Defense first wasn't boring with Marty. It was suffocating. From walls and patience, cue the sport's silent assassin. Out to Long Island, a quiet finisher speaks with goals. Mike Bossy didn't chirp. He just scored. 9 straight 50-goal seasons, the quickest release on Earth, and the core of 4 straight Islanders Cups, and 19 series wins in a row. He was quiet off the ice, but he was lethal inside the dots. That dynasty starts with his stick, and then flash south to a Sun Belt captain who made winning a routine. Head south to Tampa. Proof a Sun Belt power can be routine. Steven Stamkos gave Tampa a superstar and a standard. He managed to score more than 500 goals in spite of severe injuries, demonstrated his leadership during the Cup, and captured the moment of scoring in the final following a year of surgeries. He helped turn a non-hockey town into a juggernaut. From the Bay to the Rockies, cue a captain who did it all, quietly. Climb to Denver, calm hands lifting legends and cups. Joe Sakic served as both Denver's conscience and a formidable force. 2 cups, a Conn Smythe, and that iconic handoff to Ray Bourque in 2001. Class and killer wrist shot in one package. He didn't yell, he executed. Once the Avs secured their position, they swiftly moved to Vancouver, where their speed transformed into conviction. Jet to Vancouver. The rocket lights the fuse. Pavel Bure was a fuse. The Russian rocket exploded past defenders, stacked 60-goal seasons, and powered the Canucks' 1994 run with overtime drama and pure electricity. Every touch felt like a countdown. When Vancouver needed hope, he skated it into existence. Now enter the engine room of a dynasty and go from speed to perfection. Return to Edmonton, the game's compass pointing to greatness. Wayne Gretzky didn't just break records, he left them behind. He won 4 cups in Edmonton, scored 215 points in a season, and made passes that no one else imagined. He made his line mates wealthy and forced defenses to rewrite their playbooks. When he was traded, a city cried. But the legend he built still powers the Oilers' story. Shift down the road to a captain who fought and carried. Drift to San Jose, steady seasons shaping a franchise. Patrick Marleau was San Jose's constant, franchise leader in everything. Games played king of the league, quiet and relentless. He didn't chase attention. He stacked seasons, goals, and leadership until the teal became his color. No cup, but decades of relevance. From steady to smiling lightning. Roll down the freeway. Slide down the freeway to Orange County's joyful finisher. Timo Solani made hockey joyful in Orange County. 76 rookie goals in Winnipeg, then 457 more in Ducks colors. And finally, the 2007 Cup. Tears pouring as he lifted it at 36. Speed, finish, and that arm-raised grin turned casual fans into lifers. From joy to jets of rubber, drop into Missouri, back up the Mississippi to St. Louis, and an artillery one-timer. Brett Hull was Saint, Louis Swagger, 86 in a year, 3 straight over 70. One-timers like artillery. He parked at the hash marks and dared goalies to blink. The Blues didn't grab a cup with him, but every night felt like the building could blow. From River City Cannons to Texas trailblazing. On to Dallas, speed selling hockey in football country. Mike Modano proved hockey could own the Lone Star State. He secured the first overall pick, amassed over 1,300 points, demonstrated lightning-fast speed, and won the 1999 Cup despite a broken wrist. He sold the game in football country and made the Stars part of Texas identity. He transitioned from Dallas to the Prairie Heartbeat before the franchise relocated. North to Winnipeg, a quiet cornerstone in a tough division. Dale Hawerchuk carried Winnipeg through the 80s. He achieved 5 seasons with 100 points, scored 929 points as a Jet, and demonstrated unwavering excellence even in the face of formidable Oilers teams. Quiet leadership, big numbers, deep respect. When the team left, fans mourned the player as much as the logo. From the peg to the state of hockey's compass. Final stop, Carolina work ethic becomes the brand. Rod Brind'Amour made Carolina respectable as captain in 2006 and relentless as coach today. Face-offs, blocks, gravel voice, and a cup raised on home ice. That's the template he still demands. The Hurricanes stopped being a punchline when they started working like Rod. And that's how a league of different markets found its identity. One star, one standard, one city at a time.